This is my first truck of the year. I mean, I kind of knew what we were going to do, putting trucks through the paces, but some of the stuff we got to do, it was just magnificent. It was really a cool opportunity.
I think for the first time ever, we saw how wide the truck segment is. It's not just about mid-size and full-size trucks anymore, or dualies.
Trucks have absolutely evolved over the last, decade or so, and automakers have recognized that people don't just use trucks for work anymore. When you're getting people coming out of sedans and coupes and SUVs and into trucks, they want the same stuff. As a whole, like the segment, a lot of especially the class-leading trucks have really pushed that forward, and critically, the ones that do it the best, they don't give up any of that work capability. So this year we were able to go to the Honda Proving Center. They had the right combination of driving roads and surfaces and, wide open spaces where we could get all the data that we needed.
We need to basically simulate as many different varied conditions as we can. We have slick surfaces and steep hills and stuff where we can reproduce that. So we really need to kind of run the gamut. What could anybody possibly want to do with this truck, and how does it fulfill that mission?
Whenever we're doing a real serious instrumented towing test, we need two things. First, we need a big open space, closed course where we can do our instrumented, foot to the floor, full acceleration testing. And then the second thing that we look for is a really steep hill where you can do what we call our frustration test. The idea is, you're behind a semi that's just barely crawling up a hill, and you're towing a trailer and you want to get back up to 65 miles an hour. So you got to put the hammer down, get around them in a hole in traffic. And the idea there is to find out how long does that take, and how does the truck do when you do that? Can it actually do that, or are you gonna be stuck behind that semi forever? So in addition to tow testing, we have another test that's exclusive to Truck of the Year, and that's payload testing. Even more people use their trucks to haul things than actually use them to tow things. Hauling is a real big use case. So what we use are these horse stall mats. They're these rubber mats, and they weigh about 100 pounds each. They make a nice, reliable, consistent payload that doesn't move around a lot.
And once we nailed that, then we did road loops using our of the year loop for these trucks, for the finalist trucks, and we selected a winner after that.
I think when we hit the deliberation process, I think we all had a pretty good sense of what was going to be in as a contender and what was not. But I think what really separated him is we were looking for the trucks that really showed us something new, but also kind of where is the future going? Our name is MotorTrend, and we try to look at those trends. What is the trend for where the truck segment is going? And I think that really played into our deliberations.
It was a split decision. I mean, if we didn't have an odd number of judges, then we probably would have had a tie in this program. And the point wasn't really to try to convince one person or another on which truck is the best or which one you should vote for. The point was talking about these trucks, all of the finalists really, and see which one was the best one that fits our criteria.
I think that really speaks to the strength of the field, that we had such good trucks this year that it was hard to pick just one.
It gets a lot of attention for what it can do, how it looks, and it's over-delivering.
The MotorTrend 2022 Truck of the Year is the Rivian R1T.
The Rivian R1T won Truck of the Year because it is such a great all-around truck, and it's an electric truck that moves the whole segment forward into the future.
If you look at the criteria, it just checks every box and then over-delivers.
It does all the things we need it to do. It tows well, it hauls well, it goes off-road very well. It drives around point to point, around town great. It has a nice interior, it's got all the features that we want.
From advancement in design, it's something completely different that we haven't seen before. It's attractive, it's new, it's modern, it's contemporary, inside and out. Interior is also very modern, very sleek. It's not trying to impress you by the chrome or the type of materials that they have. It's because of the technology and the things that it can do. I think that's very different from what we've seen previously in the segment.
Yeah, the engineering excellence on this truck is really, I think, one of the things that makes it so good, in that the team was trying to do a whole lot of things when they designed this, right? They had to make 4 different motors and these special transmissions and design their own battery pack and all these things, and suspension and all the stuff that nobody's done before. Nobody's done a 4-motor off-road truck vehicle with a huge battery, with a cross-linked hydraulic suspension and air springs. These are a lot of things, and they didn't just do it, they did it really well. This truck excels at everything it's supposed to do because it's so well engineered.
Efficiency, also, it's an electric truck, the first electric truck we have in the market, and that just speaks for itself. I mean, 300 miles standard range is pretty good, so you are not limited by small city drives. Doesn't matter if it's a short distance or a long distance, the Rivian delivers on that front as well.
Value is always a little bit of a misunderstood criteria because it refers to what you're getting for the money in the context of the segment, right? The competitors. At $70,000, that's a lot of money even for a pickup truck. So at that point, you've really got to be offering a lot to hit on that criteria. And that's, again, where I think Rivian did their job really well. So yes, it is a lot of money, but if you were paying this much for any other truck, you'd feel like you wanted it and got the same things for that money.
It hasn't been safety rated yet, but at the same time, we tested all the safety systems that it has with it. So adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, it does everything really well.
The truck is just really annoyingly good. So everybody's gonna say, oh, of course they picked that. No, we picked it because it's a friggin' amazing truck. It really is. What it can do just boggles my mind.
For a new company to come in and make their first model as a pickup truck, and it's electric, and it's a completely different way of building vehicles with 4 individual motors, one for each separate wheel, and to get it this good on the first try is just unheard of.
It's an impressive truck from every way that you look at it, because it is a tremendous effort by a company that is coming to the plate for the first time and is trying to hit a home run. In this case, I think Rivian showed up to the plate with the bases loaded, and it just hit a grand slam.